I call heads.
He calls heads. He called heads. It is a head.
Let's go.
What's your choice? The head's nodding on the real B-boys. Or do you want the sales? In other words, the tails, the asses shaking on the ignorant masses. I'm no fascist with no hip-hop elite, but when I get emails from you, I press delete, cause your beats are dead. I aim for the heads, with the brains, the braids, the ballies and dreads, or whatever haircuts. You wanna move butts, then move your butt from in front of me. I'm not to mix a lot. That's why when I kick conscious lyrics over slow beats, the mass majority don't wanna hear it. But that's okay, this goes to the people living in concrete heaven, getting their records from street level. The typhoons hang out with cuts, bang out the speaker, where you can catch me showing off my brand new sneakers. But don't step, child, I treat you like a stepchild. Step on your style and smile like a reptile. You slept wild, I came up with new concepts. Then when you woke up, you was all about nonsense. It's common sense, you don't fuck with the promo. A foot up a whack and these asses on my logo. Y'all should study to become ventriloquists, so when you say you whack rhyme, somebody else could get this. Besides, you already talk out your ass anyway. Yo, did somebody fart? Nah, that smart ass has something to say. Next time you come around, I'ma bring gas masks. Yeah, I saw your record, you had 2 S's and ass cap. You get laughed at, stepping in my sound booth, trying to sound cute, making music on your brown flute, aiming for the dance floor. That shit need to stop. Dancing is whack unless you break boogie or up rock. Yeah. So what's your choice? The heads nodding on the real B-boys, or do you want the sales? In other words, the tails, the asses shaking on the ignorant masses.
Yo, heads or tails? Now what's your choice? The heads nodding on the real B-boys, or do you want the sales? In other words, the tails, the asses shaking on the ignorant masses. In heads or tails competitions, my cosmic intuition tells me to play on the right one, no suspicion. Calm and collect, I make the first bet. Mic check 1, 2 MCs already in debt. Try to make it up, you can never catch me up. You're checking out when I quit scores, I think not. Cause when I got your finger, I go for the whole arm. Never stop at 21, I take your whole squadron. You're front, but couldn't go through with it, I couldn't stand it. That's why I transformed to the one-arm bandit, equipped with a mic to pull the plug in your headset. You're going fast like playing full clip Russian roulette, and yet you wanna spin the wheel of fortune with your rapture. I capture any nonsense, kicking MC where I'm at ya. Press your luck, the game could be most deceiving. You double up your rounds, but you're still far from even. Heads or tails, what's your choice? The head's nodding on the real B-boys, or do you want the sales? In other words, the tails, the asses shaking on the ignorant masses.
Yo, supreme heads or tails, what do you prefer?
First give me head, then I work that tail, sir. Whether a head or a tail, listen close and comprehend. Put your tape to go on recording, cause I know you wanna hear this again. I rock for them, down with open mics, up rock fights, graffiti nights. I shine bright like northern lights. So if that ass is labeled as tight, shake what God gave you. We both know I'll do you right, you'll be out way past your curfew. I curse crews, hot shots like Charlie Sheen. Kids be banging their heads just by hearing the name Supreme. Illest ever seen on the scene, B-boys be raving. I step into the light, make girls scream like Wes Craven. MCs find it degrading the way I outplay them. Girlfriends hide engagement rings to claim they not dating. Baby, I won't leave you waiting for long. I love that way you was yelling at the stage. Supreme, I wanna get laid. We got it made for you. You survived a big time, so you wrote a good rhyme. Well then it's probably mine. So heads or tails, what's your choice? The